Welcome back to the podcast. This is Jaden here with Melas Julia and Zeke S. Soundtech, and this is Mic'd Up Moments. Today we will be talking about Julia's experience in the dystopia 1984. Our first question for Julia is, why do you rebel against the party?
I don't care about the party as much as Winston does, to be honest. I don't think I have any grand ideas of overthrowing them. I rebel because I want to live freely, to experience pleasure, and to have some control over my life. The party takes everything from us, our privacy, our relationships, our desires, but I refuse to live completely under their control. I seek small acts of rebellion to feel alive.
All right, next question. How did you manage to hide your feelings of rebellion from the party for so long?
I've always been careful. I learned how to act like everyone else, to keep my true thoughts hidden. It wasn't too difficult because I don't show my emotions easily. I always look for ways to break rules secretly, like when I used to secretly write notes or meet with Winston. But I knew the risk, and that's why I was careful.
Good answer. Our next question is, what do you think of Winston's attitude towards the party and rebellion?
Winston is much more idealistic than I am. He believes in an eventual revolution and the idea of defeating the party. I don't share his conviction. To me, it's about surviving and finding ways to live in the moment, even if it's just fleeting. Winston is obsessed with the idea of the truth and changing the world, while I'm focused on personal satisfaction of rebelling in my own way, whether it changes anything or not.
Public service announcement from the Ministry of Truth. Comrades of Oceana, the Ministry of Truth reminds you that the facts are ever-changing and must be accepted without question. The past is always under construction, and only the present matters. Doubt is a threat to the stability of our society. Remember, war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. Let us never forget the glorious triumphs of the party, as the history we create today will shape the world of tomorrow. Old news, outdated facts, and dangerous ideas have no place in our society. Through constant surveillance and careful adjustments, we ensure that the truth remains under party's control. Our world is constant and never-ending. Trust in Big Brother, trust in the party, trust in the Ministry of Truth.
Sorry for the interruption, listeners. We will be moving on now. Again, we are here with Julia from 1984, and here is our next question for her. Julia, you were willing to take great risks to be with Winston. Why him?
Winston isn't like the others. He sees through the party's lies, and even though he's not as cynical as I am, I admire his thinking. We both despise the party, but we express it differently. Being with him, even for a short while, felt like an act of defiance. It felt real, something that the party could never take away from us. In some ways, he made us feel less alone in this world.
That is interesting. Next, I want to know, how do you feel about the party's control over human relationships, especially romantic ones?
I can't stand that. Love and desire should be free, not regulated. That's why my relationship with Winston felt so special. It was a small victory over the party. In this society, love is forbidden, but I will never let the party control my feelings. That's why I sought out Winston. I wanted to feel something real, even if it was just for a moment.
Lastly, how do you deal with the constant fear of being caught by the thought police?
I know I'm being watched, but I've learned to live with it. If I allowed the fear to control me completely, I'd never be able to do anything. Sometimes I think about what would happen if I'm caught, but I refuse to let it stop me from living the life I want. I can't let the party win by turning me into someone too afraid to act. There's always a risk, but I have to take it if I want to feel alive.
All right, folks, that is all for today. Thank you for listening to another episode. We'll see you next time on
Mic'd Up Moments.